Scott Devers from Centerville, Indiana, going against Holman.
This should be a great match. Now, Scotty Devers isn't going to be affected as much by the change in the lane conditions as the other players. You'll get a chance to see him bowl in a minute. Marshall Holman is starting the match. Scotty Devers has chose to finish on lane 33. Marshall has made a major adjustment on lane 33. That lane is hooking more for him. He's moved more to the center of the lane, and he's more confident now that he can make good shots.
Well, that's a good way for Holman to begin. You know, Earl, there have been 25 different winners in 30 tournaments this year. I think that shows the competitiveness out here.
It definitely does. A lot of great young players on the tour, and here's one of them in Scotty Devers. He's a one-time champion. He won earlier this year. Now watch this arm swing, folks. Very unique. His forte, obviously, is being very, very accurate. He doesn't turn the ball much. He doesn't hook it much, but he's always in control.
Scotty has left the 8 pin. He qualified first for that 219.07 average. 5th year on tour. Captured his first PBA title in Tucson on the summer tour. He's been having some thumb problems. He said last night his thumb's like a hamburger.
Oh, my. Well, that's typical of somebody that's bowling 100 to 150 games a week. That'll happen. Scotty is obviously, again, by virtue of his accuracy, one of the better spare shooters on the tour, especially among the left-handers. But if you watch his style of play, you always see he'll lay the ball down early on the lane and try to get it into an end-over-end, a forward roll up to the pocket. Very seldom you see him arc the ball away from the pocket area. Doesn't like that.
Oh, what a big break. Got a kickback.
Oh, my. And that's the kind of thing that could make Marshall Holman change his attitude. If he doesn't strike on this one, gets a bad break, a 10-pin, a 4-pin, it'll change Marshall's attitude about the whole match. Now watch Scotty go to the foul line and see him come up with the line. Look at that. That's what makes that ball cross over. Got a little fast with his feet and actually yanked the ball across the head zone.
Holman attacking on lane 34 is high and a split.
All right, now he's thinking, Scotty got away with his. I got the bad break. Scotty actually threw the ball a little more wild than Marshall did. Marshall was closer to the pocket. Scotty got the strike, the good break. Marshall got the big split, the bad break.
Going for the 4, 6, 7, 9, 10.
Almost picked it up.
He did almost pick it up, and it was fine effort, but Holman finds himself open here. Cashed in 17 of the 19 events that he has bowled this year. Back on track on lane 33. Devers with a 12-pin lead in the early going. This final match uninterrupted. An NBC Sports tradition for you. Devers 17-7 in match play this week, but he was only 3-5 last night. He was hoping, Earl, as he leaves the 2, that his thumb would heal a little bit. As I said, it was really kind of mushy.
And that'll make the player wince a little bit when the ball reaches the bottom of the swing, and it could help him get in trouble by tugging the ball a bit. Scotty right now is just rushing the foul line, and again, his strength is in his accuracy. If he gets a little fast with his feet, that diminishes from his ability to keep the ball in the pocket area. Scotty very seldom will beat himself. We almost always have to go out and get Scotty. You can't afford to give anything away to him. He's very difficult to beat in match play. Makes very few mistakes.
Devers only weighs 145 pounds. I think this fivesome we've had here this afternoon indicates you don't have to be big and strong to get the job done on the lanes.
He lost another shot there, Jay. He just, again, the lane changed drastically today, the surface. Obviously, the players are having trouble keeping the ball in the pocket area, tilting more for him, but it shouldn't affect Scotty's ball quite as much as the other players. I think Scotty's just a little tentative right now, and he's really trying to fit the ball, and he's rushing his feet a little bit. Again, he's a very good spare shooter. This will be cross lane for the 4-7. Keep in mind that this championship match means more. It means obviously a lot to anybody to have a chance to win a PBA title, but it means more in a lot of different ways to Marshall Holman. An opportunity to get into the Bowler of the Year race, the most important thing in his mind for his career.
Got to hurry, and it did. Well, you know, no one has won 2 matches today. Marshall's got that chance. Oh, look at him. Number 1, yes, sir. He's beginning to feel it, isn't he?
He is, and the key for Marshall Holman, I honestly feel this. I've known Marshall since he was about 16 years old. He's changed very little. The key for Marshall is to control his emotions. We've said it many times, but if he doesn't do that, he tends to beat himself. If he can let it out in a positive fashion, he becomes very aggressive and he's difficult to beat. If it gets negative, he'll beat himself.
He's gone for a re-rack here in the 5th frame. Holman the Bowman is rolling now.
He is. He might just clear out of the building. He gets a couple more strikes.
Cameron's having a tough time finding him there.
Let's see now. The important thing is you see Marshall Holman's ball going in. Very great shot by Marshall. And the reaction of Marshall. He's got more dance steps than you and I put together, Jay. The important thing for Scotty right now is to get himself back together. He's got to make an adjustment. He's got to slow those feet down and get the ball out in the lane so he's not setting it short and pulling it. Better shot. That's what he wanted. A little slower foot. He's got to get his feet a little slower, and he did. He was much better balanced at the foul line that time. Got the ball out in front of him and on the line he wanted. Good ball speed there.
There has been at least one left-hander in the TV finals of each of the 3 Kodak Invitationals. Of course, today we had 2 involved in the finals this afternoon. Devers and Mike Albee, who finished 3rd, winning $8,000. Went. And
what a great shot, Jay. What a great shot. Look at this. Now watch the ball, and that's exactly how he wanted to throw it and wear it. Now look at the roll on the back end over end. Solid 9, and the head of one of the pins as it went by into the pit kicked the 9 pin forward. Never should have happened to begin with. The ball was thrown so well, and then it ended up being a good break for Scotty, and Marshall's thinking, oh, he got lucky again.
And Holman has just asked for the re-rack and got that at 6. Here it is.
And have you noticed after each time that Scotty got some sort of a break, for example, the crossover strike, Marshall went up and got the big split. This time he kicked the 9 pin forward, Marshall again gets the big split. It affects him emotionally, and it's a shame because the talent is just obviously just tremendous.